Welcome to today's football history feature. This is the story of Vozinha, the goalkeeper who became one of the most recognizable figures in the history of Cape Verdean football. Born Jorge Humberto Mendes, on June 3, 1986, in the city of Mindelo on the island of São Vicente, Cape Verde, Vozinha grew up in a nation where football was more than a sport, it was a source of national pride and identity. Cape Verde is a small island country off the west coast of Africa. With a population of only a few 100,000 people, it has long faced challenges competing against larger football nations. Yet, from these islands emerged a generation of players determined to prove that talent is not measured by population size. Among them was a young goalkeeper nicknamed Vozinha, which means little voice in Portuguese. The nickname stayed with him throughout his career and eventually became the name by which football fans around the world would know him. Vozinha began his football journey in local clubs before developing into a professional goalkeeper. His early years were characterized by hard work, discipline, and a willingness to improve. Unlike many famous football stars who attract attention through spectacular goals, goalkeepers earn recognition through consistency, concentration, and courage. These qualities would become Vozinha's trademarks. His club career took him through several teams in Portugal, reflecting the strong historical and cultural links between Cape Verde and Portugal. Playing abroad provided valuable experience and helped him refine the technical skills required at the professional level. But it was on the international stage that Vozinha truly became a national icon. Cape Verde's national team, known as the Blue Sharks, spent many years outside the spotlight of African football. For decades, qualifying for major tournaments seemed like a distant dream. That began to change in the early 2010s. Vozinha became an important member of a talented generation that transformed Cape Verde's reputation. The team combined organization, determination, and a fearless attitude against traditional African football powers. One of the defining moments came during the qualification campaign for the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations, the continent's most prestigious international tournament. Against expectations, Cape Verde secured qualification for the tournament, marking a historic achievement. It was the country's first-ever appearance at the Africa Cup of Nations. For Cape Verdean supporters, it was a moment of immense pride. A small island nation had reached the biggest stage in African football. At the tournament in South Africa, Cape Verde exceeded expectations once again. The team advanced from the group stage and reached the quarterfinals. Although they were eventually eliminated, they had announced themselves to the football world. Vozinha's calm presence and goal helped provide the defensive stability needed for such a remarkable run. As the years passed, he remained a key figure for the national team. Football squads often change quickly, but experienced goalkeepers can remain influential for much longer. Vozinha became a leader, mentor, and symbol of continuity. His leadership was especially valuable because Cape Verde continued to grow as a football nation. Qualification for major tournaments was no longer viewed as impossible. Instead, it became a realistic ambition. Perhaps one of the most dramatic chapters of Vozinha's career occurred during the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, which was played in early 2022 due to scheduling changes. Cape Verde faced a difficult situation when COVID-related issues affected the squad. During a group stage match against Cameroon, several goalkeepers became unavailable. In an extraordinary twist, Vozinha tested positive shortly before the game and was initially unable to participate. The situation attracted international attention and highlighted the challenges teams faced during the pandemic era. Despite the setbacks, Cape Verde showed resilience throughout the tournament and once again demonstrated its ability to compete with stronger and wealthier football nations. Vozinha's career became a story not just about football, but about perseverance. By the mid-2020s, he had accumulated well over 60 international appearances, making him one of the most capped players in Cape Verdean history. Few athletes have represented their country with such consistency over such a long period. Goalkeepers occupy a unique position in football. Every mistake is visible. Every save can change a match. The pressure is constant. Yet Vozinha built his reputation on reliability. Teammates trusted him. Coaches relied on him. Fans admired him. His style was characterized by strong positioning, quick reflexes, and leadership from the back. While some goalkeepers become famous for flashy saves, Vozinha often excelled through anticipation and sound decision-making. As Cape Verde continued to participate in major competitions, younger players entered the national setup. For them, Vozinha represented a living connection to the country's football journey, from outsiders and underdogs to respected competitors on the African stage. His career mirrors the rise of Cape Verdean football itself. When he began, the national team was still seeking recognition. During his years in goal, Cape Verde achieved historic qualifications, memorable victories, and growing international respect. Today, Vozinha is widely regarded as one of the greatest goalkeepers ever produced by Cape Verde. His legacy extends beyond statistics or appearances. He helped inspire belief that a small island nation could stand alongside football's larger powers. For young footballers growing up in Mindelo, Praia, and across the Cape Verdean Islands, his story serves as proof that dedication and determination can overcome limitations. The name Vozinha has become synonymous with resilience, leadership, and national pride. From local football fields in Cape Verde to major international tournaments, he has spent years protecting the goal and representing his country with distinction. And that is why Vozinha remains one of the most important figures in the history of Cape Verdean football, a goalkeeper whose career helped shape the identity of a footballing nation. Thank you for listening to this history feature on Vozinha, the guardian of Cape Verde's goal.
African terrain footy.